What's going on, everyone? Welcome to my review of Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, the long-awaited sequel to the original Beetlejuice. All right, I just had to make sure you know. No, in all seriousness, the original Beetlejuice film is one of my favorite films, and I never thought we would see a sequel to it. And here it is. Tim Burton gave that to us, and I just left the theater from watching it. And there is a few mixed emotions on it, but I do want to say before I get into my review that this is going to be spoiler free because I know not everyone has been able to see the film yet. The reason it's taken me so long to actually be able to do a review is because the theater that I normally go to, the local one, I guess you could say, it is shut down. So I've had to drive a little over an hour to actually go watch the film, and it just haven't had time to be able to get out and do it. But I wanted to make sure I seen this one in theaters because, like I said, I'm a huge Michael Keaton fan. I love Tim Burton's films, and when I found out that they were doing a sequel to Beetlejuice, I had to be there for it. But saying that, I want to get into the positives and negatives that I feel about the movie. So, with that being said, let's get into the positives. So, first thing I got to say, the plot of the film was well written. I really enjoyed the script writing as far as how to get Beetlejuice back. I enjoyed how they was able to write in how the family was brought back to the house. Right off the bat, it has that Tim Burton vibe, which all of Tim Burton's movies has that vibe. But like as soon as the film starts off, you can just tell, okay, we're back. Like it's game on. We're back in a Beetlejuice film. Of course, the standout performance was definitely Michael Keaton. He just slid right back into that Beetlejuice character. Winona Ryder did an amazing job, and Jenna Ortega, she did great as well. I really like the chemistry in this one. It seems like you see a lot more Beetlejuice, but I was watching an interview where Michael Keaton said that he's actually about the same amount of time he was in the original. It's just that they've kind of spread him out more, so it seems like he's in it more. But overall, like I said, my positives are the script writing I thought was really well. I like the plot on why they brought everything together. Uh, the comedic relief was funny. I did chuckle watching this movie, and overall, the acting and the casting I feel was really good. Uh, I don't really feel like there was a weak link in the film as far as the actors or actresses. A few little cameos I thought was cool, which if you've seen the trailer, you already know Danny DeVito makes an appearance in it. I thought that was pretty cool. But we've got the man William Dafoe in it. He's always been an amazing actor. But yeah, I just feel like they really picked up and got the old school feel back from the original. Like if you grew up watching the original, I feel like if you go see this in theaters or when you do decide to finally watch it, it's going to give you that uh, warm and fuzzy feeling that, you know, hey man, I remember seeing this back in the day, and oh look, they did a little nod to that. I think it's really cool. But one of my main positives that I like about the film is there's a little bit of CGI, but it's a lot of it's practical effects, and I'm glad that Tim Burton brought back the practical effects. Uh, yeah, I know to some of the audience members now, the younger generation, it may look cheesy, but that's what we grew up on, the older generation, and you can't go wrong with practical effects. I love it. The dynamic between Winona Ryder and Jenna Ortega, which you know is their names in the movie is Lydia and Astrid. I feel like they played off each other very well. They had a good connection. They had a good emotional story. And I was going into this kind of scared that they were going to make Jenna Ortega's character unbearable, like the bratty kid, and where you're just like, oh my gosh. But they didn't. They did it very well. The dynamic that we get to see where it's more on the other side now, like, you know, once they cross over, I think that it's really neat that we get to see more of that style, that set design, the lighting, and just more of how them people live on the other side. I think that was really neat because, you know, we got a little bit of it in the original Beetlejuice, but this one really dwells on it. And I think it's pretty cool. Like they even have jobs on the other side, which we knew it from the first one, but, you know, like Danny DeVito plays a janitor in it. I just think it's pretty cool. Everything that I had just mentioned, I really enjoyed. It kept me interested in the movie. And there's not a whole lot bad to say about the film. But having said that, I'll get into the negatives. And these are just my opinions. A lot of people may disagree with me. A lot of people may agree. But like I said, this is just my opinion. But going into the negatives, I will say that Catherine O'Hara, her character is once again, just like she was in the first one, very annoying. She is a wonderful actress, but I feel like in this one they just made her too out there. Like there was just some scenes with her where she was just over dramatic, uh, putting on this act that I was just like, oh my gosh, like she's a major player in the film, but her character is just, to me, is just so annoying in it that it almost took me out of it a couple times. I just don't remember her character being that dumb and being that dim-witted as she was in this one. I may be wrong. I may go back and watch the first one and be like, oh, she was just like that in the first one. But in this one, I just really feel like they made her more annoying than ever. Also, the fiance of Lydia, Renona Ryder's character, he was another one that was just way too out there, really annoying. Uh, his acting, I feel like, I don't know if it's what he was going for, but he felt like a Broadway actor, and I didn't care for that at all. Um, it was just, there were sometimes the film got a little too cheesy, and it was with his character mainly. There were some scenes in there to go along with a little bit of the negatives that I felt like didn't belong, or some of the scenes drug out, like especially in the third act. There's a scene which, if you've seen the film, you already know what I'm talking about, but it is a long scene at the end, third act, and it just keeps going, and you're like, okay, it was funny at first. All right, let's get it going, you know. Uh, but like I said, not a whole lot of negativity in it. But one thing that really disappointed me is, and I like this actress, but the main antagonist, the main villain of the film, which is Dolores. Her character is cool. I like the character's look, what her abilities are in the film, but it goes nowhere. And I'm just going to leave it at that. It was just like, really? You know, I don't know. I was expecting a lot more, and we didn't get it. But yeah, that's pretty much the only negative thoughts I have on the film is Catherine O'Hara's acting was really annoying, or her character was really annoying. The use of the main villain, Dolores, and like I said, Lydia's fiance. That's really that. Besides the scenes that were a little bit too long or drug out or didn't really fit, I feel like. But as far as the film goes, my overall rating, I don't think it was as good as the first one, which 90% of movies are never as good as the first one. Uh, I did enjoy it. Uh, I will add it to my collection. I will buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray, and I will buy it on digital. And it's definitely watchable. I'll definitely watch it again. Like if I ever pop the first one in, I will definitely pop the second one in. Uh, but to be 100% real, it didn't live up to my expectations. I know Michael Keaton said that they were waiting for pretty much like uh, a perfect script and stuff, and the writing was good, the storyline was good. Just some of the execution I felt failed to failed to my expectations. I'll put it that way. But overall, I do recommend you to watch the movie. Um, Add it to your collection, and like I said, uh, if you're a Beetlejuice fan, I think you'll dig it. Other than that, I mean, that's really my thoughts on the film. Like I said, this is coming off fresh. I just literally got home from the theater, so that's my thoughts on it. And I may watch it again and even like it even more or dislike it more. But as of right now, yeah, it's definitely an enjoyable, fun film with some flaws, which a lot of films have them. But just don't get your expectations too high, thinking that it's going to be as good as the first, because they normally never are. Sequels are normally never as good as the first ones. But with that being said, I just want to thank y'all for checking out my Beetlejuice review. Hope y'all dig it. And now it is officially October, and I'm going to be doing 3 videos this month, and it's going to be my very first tier rankings. And one of the first rankings is going to be on the Jason's looks, Jason Voorhees. The next one is going to be on the Freddy Krueger looks, and then right around Halloween, I'm going to release a tier ranking of all the Michael Myers looks, the mask, uh, the shape of the actor, all that stuff. So anyway, with that being said, I'm looking forward to it. It's my favorite time of year, Halloween, of course. So as always, God bless in each and every one of you. And until next time. Oh, and also please leave your comments on what you thought about the new Beetlejuice film in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And until next time.